As a result of the coronavirus, we are on worldwide quarantine. That means couples are spending more time together than we ever dreamed possible.
Get me out of here! What's up, Legacy Builders? I'm Rob.
I'm Reshawn, and this is Learn, Hustle, Grow. We help you build wealth and explore entrepreneurship so that you can leave a legacy.
She's a travel agent.
He's a realtor.
And we are debt-free entrepreneurs. We don't know if it's true, but we read an article recently that there's an expectation that there are going to be more divorces after this quarantine's over. Unfortunately, sudden and drastic changes can be both stressful and hard on any relationship. We had a routine just like anybody else. I had the option of getting up in the morning, going to the gym, or going to the office and take a couple classes, or even scheduling a barber appointment.
Yeah, he says he had the option because I don't go to the gym. Let's keep it 100. I do exercise, however. My time is spent exercising here in the house. So for me, that part hadn't changed. I will say the biggest change I've experienced is the absence of a social life as it pertains to my girlfriends. I am big on brunches, lunches, and happy hours. And all of that is gone. Now I'm spending all of my time with my sweet hubby.
Hey. Like us, I'm sure many of you have changes in your routine, like getting up in the morning, getting the kids ready, driving to work, or even seeing your coworkers face to face every day.
Yeah, it can be really hard to have sudden change thrust upon us. I think what I've seen in my feed is there are a lot of people who thought they would have loved to work from home, but now that it's been forced on them, the idea of, working from home via conference call and not engaging with people is not as great as a lot of people thought it would be.
It does change things because I know when I was going to the office recently here, I love the office because I do have the option to work from home or the office, and now it's feels kind of isolated without not being able to go in there. So
yeah, I think isolation is the perfect word, babe. I worked from home when I was in corporate, and I always enjoyed it. But it probably had a lot to do with the fact that I had the option of going into the office. I also had the option of meeting up with friends and coworkers for lunch, so I could break up the monotony of the day instead of just being home.
Yep. Another thing is a lack of structure. Like our jobs usually kind of lay out our day, going to work, lunch, coming home, having dinner, things like that. So
right. Time with the family is built around our work day. Now, if you are working from home, oh, goodness forbid, you are both working from home, you and your spouse, the lines kind of get blurred. Babe, do you remember when I used to work from home and you and the boys would always come in the office and interrupt and knock on the door and ask what's for dinner and goodness, don't let it be a summer break where the boys were actually both home at the same time.
Yeah, she used to get on our case and be like, I'm still working. So imagine all those lines are blurred with everybody now, right? And I can, God forbid, if those boys were still here, right?
I wish they were here, honestly. Even though they are adults during this quarantine time, I would love to have them here with us. Different. I would feel better about them being here.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's different when they were younger, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they used to get on my nerves, honestly. And so for all you parents out there whose kids are driving you crazy, do not feel bad. It is totally acceptable to be frustrated by the fact that your kids are home with you all day.
Another thing is lack of individual space. If you are married or have a significant other, where does everybody work? If one of you guys work from home and now the other one's there, how do you divide up the office space? Is that person's job more priority for the office now, or how does that work?
Yeah, and we're speaking from the perspective of two individuals whose kids are not home. There's not just workspace that needs to be defined, but there's actually space that needs to be defined for the kids' schooling. So if you have school-age children at home right now, we are all, not we, but parents are in a position to homeschool. So there needs to be a workspace for the kids and two individual workspaces for the parents. So the way we work it out here in our home is that Rob works here in the upstairs area where we're filming this video is actually his quote-unquote man cave and office space. And I work downstairs.
Right. Yeah, we had an office downstairs, but we turned that into something else.
Yes, when we bought this home, we actually loved the space and the way it was defined, because there was an office that would be mine, because I always worked from home. However, once you move into a space, you really figure out how it works for you.
Right.
And that space became a workout area. Mm-hmm. And I actually work all over the living room.
Just floating, floating. So
living room, dining room, kitchen.
Another impact of this quarantine is redefined responsibilities. For example, who's going to help the kids with their homework now? Who's going to do the grocery shopping? What chores are we going to do? Because there's, everyone's home a lot more now, right?
Yep, that means there's a dirtier house now that everybody is in the house.
Yes.
And I'll say that, having spoken to my girlfriends who do have school-age children, the homeschooling has fallen on the moms, even those who work full-time. Even if both parties are working from home, the moms are primarily responsible for educating the kids.
Right. I don't want any parts of that, because I hear that math is vicious these days, so...
Yeah, we actually had the responsibility of homeschooling our youngest during summer school, 2 summers in a row when he was in high school. And I will say that it was no easy task.
No joke. Yeah.
And we also had the opportunity to hire tutors to assist during that time. Because I was working full time, even though I worked from home, I needed a tutor who could also come in and assist. And right now, tutoring isn't available unless you can get that done online.
The worst possible stressor on a relationship during this time is layoffs or a loss of a job. So I can speak to this because I remember last time around the 2008-2009 crisis, I lost my job. And even though we had an emergency fund, I was super stressed out, and I felt like I didn't want to be at home, looking like I wasn't doing anything or trying. And so I was, working really hard to try to trim the bushes and do the grout in the kitchen and do all kinds of chores around the house. So at least I felt like I was doing my part. So Rashawn had less to do. Oh, cooking too, right? Less to do when she came home. So that's a really stressful time, so.
Yeah, we were actually married during the recession in 2009. And a few years into our new marriage, Rob lost his job, as he mentioned. And I will say it was a relief to have that emergency fund.
Yes.
And we were able to get unemployment at that same time. So it was a huge help.
Yep.
But there are couples who are really strained financially in these circumstances. Unfortunately, is due to the fact that most Americans live way beyond their means. And the idea is that the money will always be there. There will always be enough. This whole situation is certainly an eye-opener and perhaps a wake-up call to a lot of us on how we spend.
Yes. So all the things we just mentioned are examples of how sudden change creates stress in a relationship.
Fortunately for us, the decision to work from home as entrepreneurs was made long before the quarantine. We actually started 2020 as work from home entrepreneurs, and that gave us some kind of preparation for this entire experience.
And like everybody else, it was a little bit bumpy in the beginning, and now it's starting to smooth out. And then, of course, this happens. So we're kind of already there. You guys are on the way, so,
We're going to share with you a few suggestions on things that we found helpful in order to help prepare us for our new reality.
Number 1, prayer. In stressful times, pray instead of worrying.
We knew when we wrapped 2019 that 2020 was going to be a challenge for us. Our church initiated a 40-day prayer challenge. We used the book Draw the Circle by Mark Batterson, I believe is the author's name. I will tell you that we found it extremely helpful.
Yes, it was amazing. It just got our minds right, and we did it every morning when we woke up, and that just helped set our day. So
yeah, and you don't have to wait till the start of a new year. You can actually start the prayer challenge at any time. And honestly, if you are feeling stressed out and overwhelmed in the current environment, there is no time like the present.
That's right. Number 2, exercise. Get your body moving daily. Now, I can't go to the gym, but I still try to get my home workout in, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, you can use either YouTube, or if you have workout equipment, definitely now's the time to take advantage of it. I will tie in this. We previously did a video on the idea of maximizing your employer benefits. Our workout equipment in our home gym was completely funded by corporate benefits.
Yep, reimbursement.
That's right. We had a fitness or health reimbursement, and we bought all of that equipment using that. So make sure you look into your corporate benefits if you're still working to take advantage of funding your own gym.
Yep. If you don't have machines at home or something you can use some kind of equipment, you can still always do body weight workouts. When I don't feel like doing cardio on the machine that we have at the house, I do the body weight workout I stole from, what's his name? Sterling K. Brown?
Yes,
Sterling
the
K.
actor
Brown?
from This Is Us.
Yeah, and he does a workout, and he's in phenomenal shape. And I was like, hey, I want to be like him when I grow up. So I do that when I rotate that and the machine if I don't feel like doing cardio.
One of my favorite home workouts is Fitness Blender. I like them because they do a variety of cardio, HIIT, yoga, Pilates, and stretching workouts. So my preferred workouts are the yoga and Pilates, but they do a wide range of workouts here on YouTube that you can check out if you are working out at home.
Exercise is a great stress reliever, guys.
We mentioned previously how redefining responsibilities is a big part of the new reality. The way we choose to handle this is that we share everything evenly. We both cook, we both clean, we both make trips to the grocery store.
Yeah, we rotate on that. So, yeah.
He hates doing the dishes.
Yeah, I hate doing everything.
That's honest. He does. But we both recognize that if one person has to bear the burden of the household responsibilities, it's going to create some resentment.
Yeah. The only reason why I hate doing dishes so much is because my wife, she'll have like 4 coffee cups. You know what I'm talking about?
It doesn't matter. If there are only 2 coffee cups in the kitchen, he hates to wash them.
Yeah. Number 4, continuous learning. We love our online courses like YouTube, Udemy, Coursera.
That's right. If there's something that you've always wanted to learn, now is the time.
Yes, yes.
What about learning a foreign language? We've used Duolingo.
Yep.
We've really fallen off on our Spanish bag.
Yeah.
But even if you are perhaps interested in starting a YouTube channel, there are some YouTubers who actually provide education in that space.
Yep.
There are tons of courses around personal finance that are available. Or if you just wanted to learn something artistic and creative, use this time on quarantine to dedicate yourself to something that you always wanted to do.
Yep. And it might segue into a new career or a business opportunity later, right?
That's right. Who doesn't need a new business opportunity in this environment?
Yep. Another stream of income.
That's right. I think the whole thing as far as the economy coming down around this coronavirus makes us all think about how else we might want to earn a living that is something independent of being employed by someone else.
Absolutely. Here are a few courses that can help you create new streams of income. Danielle Pierce offers 2 courses, one that covers tax liens and the other that covers property preservation.
We actually had the honor of interviewing Danielle here on our channel. So make sure you check out the Financial Freedom playlist and look for the video where she shares with us how she makes 6 figures as an entrepreneur. The last course we'll mention is a course that we are actually enrolled in, Trade and Travel with Teri Ijeoma. Invest with Teri offers 2 different courses as well. Trade and Travel is the entry-level course, and then there's the VIP course. That's the one we're actually enrolled in, and we've had a great experience thus far.
Yep, the link's in the description. The final thing that helps us get through this quarantine period is staying in touch with family and friends.
That's right. The most difficult part of quarantine is being away from those you love. But we have found that we are talking to people on the phone more, and we've even initiated or participated in some video chats, either via Zoom, Skype, or even Google Hangouts. There are all kinds of free options to enable us to stay in touch with those we love. So don't forget that you are not alone during this quarantine. You just have to reach out.
So how are you managing with your spouse and children at home now? We want to know. Comment below.
We'd love to hear from you.
See you in the next video.